What's up, and welcome back to part 3 of my FIREBOY scatter music video effects tutorial. In part 1 I did the apocalyptic sky effects, and in part 2 I did the sci-fi eye effects, and in this part 3 I'll be doing the VR grid effect. And so I've said everything else that needs to be said concerning any information or anything. Links to part 1 and part 2 in the description below. I've said everything else I need to say in the other videos. In this one I'll just be going straight to the point, and so I don't want to waste any more time, and let's get right into this. Once you've launched Adobe After Effects, create a new comp, name it Grid Effects. The values for the comp is on the screen. Drag in the clip with the girl sitting on the pavement, and then scale it down to around 70% because it's larger than our comp. And then once you've scaled it down, drag it over to where she's just about to raise her head, and then Shift Ctrl D to split it. Then go to the point where the camera is just about to go over her, and then Shift Ctrl D and delete the ending part, the excess part. And once you've done that, the next thing you would do is press right click, then go to time stretch 250. And once you've done that, you press O to go to the end of the clip, and then you press N to trim it, then trim come to the area, then Shift Ctrl C to pre-compose the layer and name it as base. Move our attributes into this comp, then Ctrl Y to create a new solid, name it as grid, duplicate the base, then bring up the motion tracker. You can just right click and go to don't worry, I just put it on the screen there once you press, and so you track her nose because that's what we want to use. That's the best part to use there. That seems quite stable. And so once we've done that, you create a new null object, then go and edit the target for the motion track and set it to that null and hit apply. Okay, once you've done that, you should see that the null would follow our nose, and that's what we need. Then we go to the grid and apply the grid effect. Go to effects and presets, search for grid, apply it. And once you've done that, and you scale it down to like the size that would of course fit the front of our face. And once you scale that down, set it to a 3D layer. I'll show you where you set it there, and then adjust the rotation and orientation to match the front of our face. You can just pause and see whatever values I use at the end, because this is recorded and voiced over on at different points in times. So once you adjust it to our face, you parent it to that null with the pick whip. Once you're done tweaking the rotation and orientation of it, you parent it to that null. And once you've parented to that null, you notice that it now follows it as it's moving up. So I'm just previewing and orientating here. I put a tip on the screen, and so yeah, you Shift Ctrl C, and then you set leave all attributes in the grid effects, blah blah blah. Then you pre-compose that, then you open it, delete the solid inside, then drag in this clip. It's in the description below. Time stretch 250, and so this would be like what she's watching. And so just it can be anything. Then to make it show through, you go to the grid effects on the comp and set it to add, set the blending mode to add. Then you go and search for glow in the effects and panel and apply glow to the layer. Then you just turn it off for now. And now I'm going to change the color of the lines in the grid to around that bluish green. It can be any color you want. And then you go to the glow, drag it down, then just adjust the values and try to make it subtle. It shouldn't be too much because we are dealing with footage, and I try to make it blend properly. So at this point you're probably going inside that comp, and then you adjust the opacity to around 50 so it blends better. You come back out, I think I used 50 in the end. I was just trying what was working. But I think I came out and then adjusted the one outside to around 65. I think I ended at 75. So 75 on the outside, 65 on the inside. Then I probably keyframed the animation so the opacity fades in. I keyframed it from 0 to 75. So I took it from 75 down to 0 so that it kind of like fades in, you know, like holographic kind of like effect, and dragged it out a bit so that it's a bit more subtle in terms of fading in. And then yes, at this point we are going to go to the base. I think I went to effects and presets, then lumetri color. I started color grading the video layer. It's optional, you don't have to color grade it because it was shot on an iPhone. So It's pretty much not a flat color profile, but I just like, you know, tweaking the colors of videos. It's just a bad habit. So like, yeah, so you can just pause and see what values I set if you intend on following along with what I'm doing here right now at the moment, because at the next stage we are going to be creating masks to track around our glasses as like the highlighter for the VR grid. Like, you know, if she's watching something through her glasses, then it, like the effects in the video, it has to show through the glasses and stuff like that. So like, yeah, and so just looking at how it looks, and like now I went back inside and then I created a new solid and set it to around blue, like, you know, that bluish whatever vibe, and then dropped it, the opacity down to around 32 or so that it looks more like an holographic effect. It has to have color on it. So like, yeah, at this point now we're going to create masks on the base layer, put our face on it. So you're going to bring up the pen tool, hit G and start drawing the mask around the glasses. So drawing the mask, it would cut out, though you have to set the mode to none and then start drawing a second one and also set that to none as well once you're done drawing, like once you close up the part. And so we're going to track these masks. Once you're done, you set it to none and then you track it. Now tracking it, you can use the tracker. There are tutorials down on tracking whatever. I put links down there. You can use the tracker. And then the thing was that it wasn't even perfect the entire way, so I had to go back and adjust some frames manually. So you have to do that in some cases. But like once you've gotten it tracked, you're going to go to the effects and presets panel and search for the stroke effect, and yeah, you search for the stroke, apply it. Then what I did here was that I duplicated that layer that had the stroke and the illuminatory color. You know, we have a backup that doesn't have any effects under, so I duplicated that, then deleted the stroke from the one that I duplicated from, and then I went to the one on top and turned off the illuminatory effect since we don't need it there, and then set the stroke paint style to untransparent so that it is directly on top of the layer under with the color grade. And then I just adjusted the values of the brush size and all of that. You can pause and check, then go to effects and presets, then search for the glow, apply the glow, and I think I set around 3. You change the glow based on to alpha channel so that the color you set down there can show, unless the color you set for the glow won't show. So I set the intensity to 3 and the radius to 10. And then I don't know why I was using the yellow color. I was editing this, I was screen recording this in the middle of the night, so I probably made a mistake, but it should be blue. It can be any color you want, but I should have used blue, and I then realized, oh shit, I didn't set this to blue. So I then set it to blue and then went back to the stroke color and also set it to around that bluish green to match the initial color we set on the grid. And then I adjusted this to better match the orientation of her face. And then now I realized that I'm supposed to adjust the opacity. So adjusting the opacity now, I'm supposed to go to the layer with the stroke and adjust the opacity from 100, take it down to 0, that's backwards, and then it should come in with this one. But now the one on top is not synced, so that one is supposed to come in after, like a bit later, after the opacity of the stroke effect has faded in, so that it, you know, gels together, it syncs. And so once you're done dealing with all of the opacity, whatever, syncing, you will now have to duplicate the layer again and then delete the stroke, and then you go to the masks on that layer and set both of them to add. You change them from none back to add, then go back to effects and presets, search for fill, apply the fill. And so the reason why we're setting it to add is so that the fill will show within the places where we mask in the mask, where we masked in the glasses, and then you set the color to around that bluish region. And so once you do that, you go to the effects and presets again, then search for CC light burst 2.5 and then apply that, and then you adjust the intensity and center value. Just pause and see the values that I set, and then I'm going to try and adjust the direction to match the whatever she's looking at, the grid effect. And so once you make it just move in the direction of the grid effect, you then adjust the color. I'm just trying to tweak the color and opacity to make it blend better on the fill effect. And so once that is done, the effect is practically done at this point. Once you adjust the CC light burst to match the grid effect, it's practically done at this point, and the opacity should be set already from the stroke effects you used on that. So at this point, I'm just going to do my aesthetics, whatever, putting the black bars and all. It's optional. I did it in part 1 and part 2. I'm speeding it up here so that you don't have to go through the pain of seeing me do it, but it's just dragging the video down a bit and then adding a crop on the top and bottom. You can slow down the video to see how I did it, but it's not a necessary thing. As you can see, it's not perfect, it's shaking a bit, but it's just to show you how you can achieve the effect. It's now up to you to go in and adjust it frame by frame in areas where it's not aligned properly with the glasses or whatever you're using to highlight the effect. And so at this point, I'm pretty much going to say that's a wrap for the FIREBOY scatter music video tutorial trilogy. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Please subscribe to my channel, drop a like. It's going a long way in helping me rise up. I will need your help. I can do it all by myself. And so watch out, because I'm going to be dropping a really good one very soon, and I'll be hoping to look for more music video effects that I can teach you guys. Once again, Media_right here, and as usual, peace.